Well.
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 All underground with water.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, I'm the one who agree.
Anyway, we're going to talk about a few little things.
Nah, never do with life stuff.
Nah. So we're getting Kyle in. Kyle will be coming in. He'll be doing a few songs and bringing his trusty guitar as well. We're also next Monday. We've got a gentleman, another radio presenter who is in Wales, and he will be ringing, and we'll be on a live interview with this gentleman, and he will be talking about the recent Atos demonstration in Cardiff, where he was one of the participants in that demonstration. Very, very peaceful demonstration, by the way, I must add. And Atos, and basically what it was these people who have disability are fighting to not have to go through these stringent assessments that a company called Atos are doing to stop people basically having disability living allowance and other awards when you are disabled. It's one of the companies that the government's hired to do. There's an awful lot of things going on at the moment in the media world about Atos, and not very good press and not very good media TV coverage. Atos is a multi-million-pound global, billion-pound global organisation, and they do all sorts of stuff. So anyway, they're not in my favourite book at the moment because of what I've seen. I watched a video the other day from a peaceful demonstration that was on in London on Friday or Saturday, I can't remember now, and I was absolutely appalled at what I saw. And believe me, if you know me, I am not political. I have a humanist view of how things are, and if I see something that's wrong and that hurts a person, then that is not being political. That is just wrong. It's being inhuman. And unfortunately, I saw two people in a wheelchair struggling in dire situations the other day where the police became a bit heavy-handed, and the other peaceful protesters, were all struggling not to have all these people fall on these two disabled ladies in wheelchairs. Which I said I saw it on the video. I'll judge as I see it, and I am a fair person. If I see anybody having to go to the police, to me, you arrest them, whether you're on a demonstration, or not. If they're having to go to a policeman, you arrest them, put them in jail. But equally so, I don't want the police being too heavy-handed with people who are being peaceful on demonstrations. As regarding Atos, they're a company that's got their fingers in many, many things. Started supporting the Olympics in 2002 and are one of the official sponsors of Atos, of the Paralympics this year. Now, the irony in Atos sponsoring the Paralympics is those self-and-same athletes that represent Britain will be going through these Atos examinations in the next 2 years, and they will no doubt lose the benefits because they are able to do something. And some of the criteria that Atos use is ludicrous. Can you pick up an empty box? Well, if you've got no arms, no, you can't. But can you pick it up with what's left of your two arms? Yes, I can. Then, therefore, you don't want to lose your benefits. That's how crazy it is. So, there's going to be quite a few demonstrations on about that, and there's going to be quite a lot of stuff being said about it. My own opinion on that, I really don't like it. I don't like any politician. I mean, I've had problems where I live, and the politician that I have, the MP, has been absolutely useless. He's done nothing, and yet I just received an email from him the other day, and he's saying, I've been involved in this case for over a year, and we've finally got it sorted. No, you didn't. You didn't do anything. And you are actually saying to me that you sorted it out. You didn't sort it out. I did, and a neighbour did. You didn't have anything to do with it. All you did was get in touch. That's all you did. And then you were a politician, and I don't agree with you. And you trying to take the credit for something that you never did? Well, not in my world. You don't, and you never will do. Any politician that behaves like that doesn't deserve to be a politician. That's not me being political. That's just me being fair-minded, And excuse me if I have a brain, and excuse me if I can think, and excuse me if I can think rationally about something and say something very rational about it and look at something from both sides of the coin. Like I said earlier, anybody has to go to a policeman who's going about his lawful duties, that policeman gets hold of him, arrests him, bangs him up, job done. Any policeman who has to go at somebody who's on a peaceful demonstration, arrest him, bang him up, job done. Because it's not fair, it's not right. I also had an argument with a protester that was saying that people wear masks because they're scared of getting their identity known. Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's ludicrous. You're wearing a mask at a demonstration. There's a reason for it. Now, one of the reasons given to me was you become what is it? What was it? An extremist.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently you become you're an extremist. So I just turned around and said, look, I'm not interested in that. You wear a mask, you're hiding something. You're wanting to hide something. And so I said, so if people need to be equal at a demonstration and need to be seen at a demonstration to be a demonstrator, a peaceful one, don't wear masks. This one about the vengeance face, they're all wearing them. Why? I think it is absolute utter stupidity that these people infiltrate a peaceful demonstration wearing these masks, which causes confrontation. So, you're going to get the intellectual response of, look, it's freedom. You can wear a mask if you want. Well, if your face isn't good enough and you've got to hide it with a mask, well, in my book, again, being rational, there's something else going on there. You don't wear a mask. If you go to a demonstration, you don't wear a mask. If you're going to do something that you don't want to be seen doing, you will wear a mask. Am I right? It's fair, innit? It's straight. It's common sense. And my common sense is common. It's not like in a lot of people's common sense, very uncommon. My common sense is okay, I like it, because I can judge stuff. So, anyway, we're going to have that gentleman calling us next week, and he's going to be I've seen the actual video on YouTube of this demonstration. It was great, absolutely great. There were people who were lying in the road, and nobody moaned about it. They were actually supporting them. And these were all people who were demonstrating about the Atos company getting rid of people's disability benefits and causing havoc for disabled people. And there's a lovely story from that, and I'll tell you it, but this gentleman will all... No, I won't, because it's a lovely story that comes out about one of the policemen there. Great bloke. And he will tell you this next week, but I'm looking forward to interviewing this man because he sounds like a real nice guy. We were chatting on the way coming in this morning, and he sounds like a really nice guy. And like I said, from what I saw of the video, everybody was having such a good time. And that's what demonstrations should be like. Go along, get your point across, get people aware, propagate the message that you have. Don't go beating anybody up. Don't go wrecking somebody's car. Don't go destroying a person's business. Just go along and demonstrate. You do it the right way, people get heard. Heard, not hurt. People will get heard. Your organisation will get heard. But if you do it the wrong way and allow these people with masks to start joining in, then you'll get confrontation too. So that's the way it is. And aggressive demonstrations have been tried for too long, and they don't get anywhere. Look, one change that happened was the poll tax when you had those mass demonstrations in London. And that did have a big effect, but that was more a fear effect. There was so many people. It's like you, Craig. You're of the age now where, with some of the policies that are coming out now, you won't be able to get any help with assistance to live. If you fell out with your mum and you were thrown on the street, they wouldn't give you anything to help to live. And you wouldn't get no rent assistance. You wouldn't get no unemployment benefit.
And I'd have to wait on a waiting list for a house for about 2 years.
Longer than that. I've been on it 2 years.
But the thing is, you're currently living somewhere where if you're homeless, it's a bit quicker.
And that was a year. And I was homeless. And the only reason I got it, the place I'm in now, because I kicked up an almighty fuss, which is, again, why you have to do these things. But when you're trying to do that, when you're homeless and no money coming in, you're trying to do it yourself, you can't do it. It's just too hard. So anyway, there's things like that going on all over the country now at the moment. The government's back in. Parliament today, Labour's back in. Mr. Ed Miliband has been suspiciously missing throughout all of these demonstrations. His opinions and that have not been given because there hasn't been any, because nobody's been able to find him. There's been plenty coming from the Conservative government, but nothing from the Labour Party, which is something that I am interested in watching what people do. Again, not because I'm a politically minded person. I vote for whoever I think is the best for people. But I'm a humanist. And that's where my allegiance lies, not with any political party. Like with Mr. Cameron, if he says something out of order, I tell him. If he says something good, I'll tell him. Same with Miliband. He says something good, I'll tell him. If he says something bad, I'll tell him. It's not the political thing to me. It's the human thing. So, anyway, that's it. This gentleman will be on next week around about 10:05, and we'll have a good discussion. He can tell us all about his happy time doing the megaphone conducting, because he had the megaphone on the demonstration. So he was doing the shouting and stuff. So it'd be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. So we've got 3 good interviews coming up shortly. So next week we'll have a live one.